Has someone ever asked you, do you know who I am? I work at a small town DMV. Most boring job ever, but it pays the bills. Yesterday, this woman storms up to my window around 4:45 p.m., right before we close. She slams down a stack of papers. I need to register this car immediately. I look at her paperwork. She's missing half the required documents. No insurance verification, no inspection certificate, no bill of sale. Just a title that looks like it was signed in 3 different pens. Ma'am, you're missing several required documents. I can give you a checklist of what you need to bring back tomorrow. Her face turns red instantly. Tomorrow? Are you kidding me right now? State law requires all these documents before I can process any registration. She leans forward and her voice gets this nasty edge. Excuse me, do you know who I am? I glance at her driver's license again. Sarah Mitchell. Address on Elm Street. Never heard of her, and I know pretty much everyone in this town of 8,000 people. I'm the mayor's wife, she announces, loud enough for the whole office to hear. My husband runs this entire town. I don't have time for your little bureaucratic games. Behind me, I hear a chair squeak. My mom does her paperwork here every Tuesday because the city office shares space with the DMV. She handles municipal business while I work my shift. Ma'am, I understand you're frustrated, but I literally cannot process this without the proper documentation. It would be illegal. She slams her hand on the counter. Listen, honey, I could have you fired with one phone call to City Hall. My husband appointed half the people in this building. Now register my damn car. The other customers in line are starting to stare. Old Mr. Peterson shakes his head. Mrs. Chen pulls out her phone. I'm not trying to give you a hard time. These are state requirements, not local ones. Don't lecture me about requirements, she snaps. I've lived in this town longer than you've been alive. I know how things work here. That's when my mom stands up from her desk. She's been listening to this whole conversation while pretending to review budget reports. Is there a problem here? Mom asks, walking over to my window. The woman's entire demeanor changes. Her voice gets sweet and fake. Finally, someone with actual authority. Your employee here is refusing to provide basic customer service. She's being completely unreasonable about some silly paperwork. She extends her hand like she's greeting royalty. I'm Sarah Mitchell, the mayor's wife. Perhaps you could help resolve this situation. My mom takes her hand and shakes it politely. Then she tilts her head with this little smile I recognize from when I was a kid and got caught lying. That's very interesting, Mrs. Mitchell. I'm Mayor Johnson. I've been the elected mayor of this town for 12 years now. I've been married to the same wonderful man for 30 years, and his name is definitely not Mitchell. The woman's face goes through about 5 different colors. Red to white to green and back to red. Also, Mom continues in her calm mayor voice. That's my daughter you just threatened to have fired, and she's following state law exactly like she's supposed to, which I'm very proud of her for, by the way. The silence in that DMV was deafening. You could hear the fluorescent lights humming. Mrs. Mitchell starts stammering. I meant the deputy mayor, or the city council, or we don't have a deputy mayor, Mom says, and I know all 7 city council members personally. None of them are named Mitchell either. Mr. Peterson starts chuckling behind her. Sarah, you work at the grocery store. We all know that. Turns out this woman isn't married to anyone important. She just tells people she's connected to city government to get special treatment around town, free upgrades at the hotel, skipped lines at restaurants, that kind of thing. Ma'am, I'm going to have to ask you to leave, Mom says. Threatening government employees and impersonating a public official's spouse are both serious matters. Security walked her out while she was still trying to explain that it was all a misunderstanding. Mom bought me ice cream after work and said she was proud of me for not backing down when someone tried to bully me. Some people think dropping fake names makes them special. Real leaders know it's your character that actually counts.